Morning, students. Today we are going to study Social Science, Chapter 12, India Post Independence. So, in this chapter, Chapter 12, India Post Independence, first of all, you can see over here there is a map of India and India on 15th August 1947. India attended independence on 15th August 1947. When did India attend independence? We celebrate Independence Day on 15th August 1947. On the previous day, that is the day before that, that is on 14th August 1947, Pakistan separated from India. See, Pakistan was separated from India when on 14th August 1947. And thus, along with the happiness of being independent, people of India had to face a whole lot of problems too. See, being an independence, then too also people had to face problems. And due to the partition, approximately 80 lakhs refugees came back to India from Pakistan. The rehabilitations means what? The actions of restoring someone to health or normal life through training of these refugees was a major challenge. See, there are the three major problems that has to be solved immediately after independence. See, first was what? That about 80 lakhs refugees who had come into India from Pakistan had to be rehabilitated. And the second one is the second challenge was it the integrated the 562 small and big princely states into united India. See, what was the second? As many as 562 small and big states of India had to be merged into Indian territory to build an integrated nation. And the third major challenge was to build a stable political system to fulfill the expectations and hopes of the people and develop India into a strong nation. So, to build up a solid political structure for independent India. So, these were all the three major problems that India had to be solved immediately after independence. Why was India partitioned? What were the problems faced by our country after the partition? How did this political changes happen? All these questions will be answered in this chapter. In the chapter we will come across all these answers of all these questions. First, we will discuss that is resolution of the Muslim League. See, the Britishers, they had always followed the policy. Which policy? Divide and rule policy. See, they have always been the policy of British, divide and rule. And they propagated the belief among the people of India that the Hindus and Muslims had different interest and culture. See, what the British would always propagated that the welfare concerns of Hindus and Muslims, they were different, and so their thoughts process were, they were also different. Their interest and culture, everything was different. Many Muslim leaders were convinced that the Muslim will not be safe and the socio-political and cultural interest of the Muslim will not be taken care of in the independent India. See, due to this circumstances, Muslim leaders, they thought that the welfare of the Muslims will not be taken care of in independent India, and they will not be secure. And to safeguard the interest of the Muslim community and to ensure the development of both the communities, it was necessary to create a separate country, that is Pakistan. See, to the safeguard of the interest of the Muslim community, and they thought that to develop both the communities, it was necessary to have to create a separate country, that is called Pakistan. And in the Lahore session in 1940, the Muslim League passed the resolution that the Pakistan would be formed in the area having a majority of the Muslim population, and henceforth demand for Pakistan became the main goal of the Muslim League. See, the Muslim League, they passed this resolution in March 1940 at Lahore conference, and the areas that are having the majority of the Muslim will be included in that, and the demand for separate Pakistan will be put forward. See here you can see the picture. Khan Abdul Zafar Khan, leader of the Northwest Frontier Provisions, accompanying Gandhiji in a peace rally. The Mountbatten Plan. See the what we'll discuss about the Mountbatten Plan. What is Mountbatten Plan? The British had to declare India independent, notwithstanding the intensity of the freedom movement. See the British, they have to declare Indian as a independence and with the freedom movement also. So Viceroy Mountbatten arrived. He came to India in March 1947, and he was of opinion, what opinion he was having, that the partition was to be inevitable, that is a certain to happen or unavoidable. Partition, that is unavoidable condition for the independence of India, and otherwise the entire country, if you, there won't be partition, and the entire country will face communal rights and many people would suffer also due to it. See the Muslim and see the Viceroy Lord Mountbatten was of the opinion that if India had to be independent, it partition was inevitable, and if the partition was not done, there would be a communal rights everywhere, which would harass people. Many visionary leaders who knew that the reality unwillingly accepted the proposal of the formation of Pakistan. See, they unwillingly they accepted the formation of Pakistan, and the discussion and the negotiation continued for 3 months. How many months it continued? For 3 months, and the various meetings were held, and consequently Mountbatten proposed the plan of the partition of India, and it was known as the Mountbatten Plan. See, Viceroy Lord Mountbatten, he prepared a plan for partition of India, which was known as Mountbatten Plan. The British Parliament passed the Indian Independence Act, and that finalized the arrangement for the partition of Abdon, means having been deserted or left the British suzerainty. Suzerainty means what? A dominant state controlling the foreign relations of a vassal state, but allowing its sovereign authority in the internal affairs. It means that, and see, suzerainty over the princely states. See, in this that to implement the plan, the resolution of freedom of nations law, that is in 1947, was passed. And this was all about see the Mountbatten and the British Parliament, they passed the Indian Independence Act, and they also finalized an arrangement of all the partition that was being done. See here you can see the picture, in that the transfer of a power, Mountbatten, Jawaharlal Nehru, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and VP Menon. Now, Indian Independence Act in the year 1947. The clauses of the Mountbatten Plan were, see what were the clauses of Mountbatten Plan. See, Sikh, Hindus, and Muslims in Punjab and Bengal legislative assemblies would meet and vote for partition. See, who will meet and vote for partition? Sikh, Hindus, and Muslim who are in Punjab and Bengal legislative assembly. And it is said that if a majority, simple majority of either group, either any group wanted partition, who needs partition, then this provision would be divided. Then it would be divided. Sindh was to be take its own decision. Sindh was to take, they can take their own decision. The fate of Northwest Frontier Provisions and Silets district of Assam was to be decided by a referendum. Referendum means what? Is a general vote by the electorate on a single political question, which has to be referred to them for a direct decision. And also said that India would be independent by what? By 15th August 1947. And they also said the separate independence of Bengal, that was ruled out, and a boundary commission to be set by the case of partition. and the princely state could join any one of the union. The princely state can join any one of the union, and if they were not willing to join any union, then they were free to remain independent. See, in this, the main provisions of this plan were, what was the clauses of Mountbatten plan were, Indian unions and Pakistan league were they divided into two and would be more independent. Every unit would independently form its own constitution. The big or small states would join any one of the league as per their wish, and if they did not wish to join any league, they were free to work independently. According to the Indian Independence Act and the Mountbatten Plan, India was divided into India and Pakistan. See, according to these provisions of the law, the freedom of nation, India was divided into two, India and Pakistan. Mountbatten was appointed as India's first Governor General. See, Lord Mountbatten, he was appointed as the first Governor General of independent India, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he was appointed as the first President of independent Pakistan. The struggle that has started in the year 1857 ultimately made its goal in 1947 CE, and Sindh, Baluchistan, West Bengal, Northwest Frontier, and East Bengal were included in Pakistan, and the rest of the region remained in India. See, Sindh, Baluchistan, West Bengal, and boundaries area and East Bengal, they were all included in Pakistan, and the rest of the region were there. They were in remained in India. So in this way, how the Mountbatten plan was planned and it was act was passed. I hope you all have understood till here. Thank you for listening.